So what's the solution? How do we deal with this? What do we do? As someone who's read over 400 self-improvement books, I'm going to tell you exactly what you should do based on this book. Before we dive in, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for being an intelligent, reflective, open-minded human being. That's why you're watching this video, and I appreciate you taking the time. Now let's get started with the takeaways. Number 1. Everything is fucked. Well, first off, he makes a claim that humans have always felt this way. He gives examples from ancient civilizations and historical figures who felt similar emotions. Basically, this feeling is not unique to us. Now, if that's true, then does that mean there's no reason to try to improve anything? Absolutely not. He's not saying that we should give up. He's saying that we should accept the fact that there will always be shit going on. This is important because if we constantly expect life to be perfect, we'll spend our entire lives disappointed. So instead of fighting reality, we should learn to work with it. We should figure out how to move forward despite all the problems. Takeaway number 2. Our brain has two parts. He calls it the feeling brain and the thinking brain. Now, the thinking brain is the part that thinks, plans, strategizes, calculates, worries, and reasons. On the other hand, the feeling brain is the part that screams when it sees a bear, that makes you fall in love at first sight, that breaks your heart when the relationship ends. The feeling brain is very impulsive. The thinking brain is much slower. Manson claims that the feeling brain is the one that's actually in control. We would like to think that we are rational creatures, that we make smart decisions, but in reality, we're driven by our feelings. Number 3, hope is a trap, okay? I was pretty surprised by this one. I thought, okay, this book is probably about hope, and now he's telling me that it's a trap. Here's what he means. When we hope for the future, we assume that life will get better. We constantly chase something more money, more status, more success. And then when we finally get it, we realize that the grass wasn't as green as we thought it would be. And so we keep chasing more and more and more, and we never truly feel fulfilled. Manson argues that hope makes us miserable because we're always chasing something that's just beyond our reach. Number 4, there's something called the religion of progress. We put our hope in technological advancement, in scientific discovery, in endless improvement. We think that if we can just keep progressing, then everything will get better. But Manson says that even though we have advanced so much, look around you, we're not necessarily happier. In fact, mental health issues are on the rise. People feel lonelier, more anxious, more disconnected. Look around you. Social media is toxic. There's protests and riots and wars happening. Even the richest person in the world can be unhappy. So progress doesn't automatically lead to happiness. It doesn't automatically solve our problems. Number 5, suffering is necessary. Okay, I know this sounds depressing, but stick with me here. Manson uses Buddhist teachings and philosophical ideas to argue that suffering is a natural part of life. It's inevitable. We can't avoid it. But here's the interesting part. According to him, meaning comes from the pain that we choose to suffer for something. It's not about escaping pain, it's about picking which pain is worth it. So for example, an athlete suffers through exhausting training because they want to play in the Olympics. A parent suffers through lack of sleep and financial strain because they want to raise their kids well. An artist suffers through rejection and failure because they want to create something beautiful. What's important is that we decide what we want to suffer for. Once we know that, we can suffer with purpose. And now for the final takeaway, which is the most important one. Okay, I was getting ready to record this video, and I was thinking to myself, well, this is going to be another typical summary of a book that I've read. But then, as I started going through the notes, I realized that there's something different about this book. It's not just giving you advice and strategies and tactics. It's challenging you to change your perspective completely. It's asking you to look at the world in a different way. And so I read this quote by Mark Manson, and it blew my mind. He says, "You can't be happy without pain. You can't have meaning without suffering." That sentence changed everything for me. Let me explain. Throughout history, people found meaning through religion. They believed in a higher power. They had faith in something greater than themselves. But in modern times, fewer people are religious. Instead, we've created new religions. We believe in technology, in science, in infinite growth. We think that progress will save us. But what if it doesn't? What if things continue to get worse? Are we doomed? Well, according to Mark, we're not. We still have the ability to find meaning in a meaningless world. We can still find joy in a broken world. We can still find love in a lonely world. We can still find hope in a hopeless world. Here's what he says about hope. Hope is not the belief that something will improve. Hope is the belief that you will improve. This is a revolutionary idea. It turns everything upside down. If we stop looking to the future for hope and we start looking inwards, then we find a different kind of hope. It's a hope that's based on our values, on our character, on our ability to face whatever comes our way with courage. Okay, so this brings us to the million-dollar question. How do we cultivate this kind of hope? Well, Mark Manson doesn't give us a step-by-step guide. He doesn't tell us exactly what to do. Instead, he challenges us to experiment. He challenges us to try new things. He challenges us to fail miserably and learn from it. He challenges us to take risks and be vulnerable. He challenges us to take responsibility for our own happiness. As I was reading this book, I kept thinking, wow, this guy doesn't give a fuck. He's not afraid to say controversial things. He's not afraid to challenge our beliefs. He's not afraid to tell us the truth, even if it's uncomfortable. And that's what I love about this book. It's not another self-help book that tells you everything's going to be great. It's a book that tells you everything's fucked and it's okay. It's a book that tells you that you don't need hope. You just need to find meaning in the midst of all the craziness. If you like this video, please subscribe. And if you're interested in learning more about how to build meaning and value in your life, check out the next video.